Tyler Perry.
Okay.
Oh, what he just said?
What he just said.
Odie, was it like settle for less? I saw it in the rumbling
He
of Twitter.
never said settle for
No.
less.
Of X.
I already have my
X.com.
thoughts because, yeah.
So give
So-
context. What did Tyler Perry do?
Tyler Perry was on a show. I believe the show is called, if I can test my memory,
Keep it
Keep It Positive,
positive, sweetie.
Keep It Positive, Sweetie.
Yeah, because you listen, a lot of women, especially black women, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but I will. In our society right now, black women are making a lot more money for the most part than black men, right? There are a lot of black men who are successful, but for the most part, black women are making the money. So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job, and is a good man and is good to you and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can, because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill, as long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm gonna cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you handle the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then, that is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But that's so hard for a lot of people to take in, because that means, no, I need somebody to, they need to make 5 times more, and I got to have, well, you go on, keep your list, baby.
Yeah.
God bless you, hope it happens. Go on, keep your list.
Your thoughts about that? Oh, actually, one thing to say too, because he said this as well, the light bill. That was a big thing a lot of women were stuck on.
Yeah, so my opinion is based off the debrief that I heard on another podcast. And I think a lot of the times that is a narrative in general to settle, but I don't think that's what he was trying to say at all. And I think in this society, there's so much emphasis on money as like the be all end all. And the reality is that what would you choose? Like somebody who makes a lot of money, but like just isn't emotionally there, or someone who doesn't make as much money, but can provide you with emotional support and is thoughtful and plans dates and all of these things. Like the money part is not the most important thing. So I don't necessarily think he was saying to settle. I think it was more like, if he does not make as much money as you, and he's doing what he can to contribute to the household, that's not a horrible thing. Like, are we passing up men because they're simply not making as much as us? Because with the whole entertainment industry, we have to talk about the influences of the entertainment industry, of how girls are getting flown out, they're being bought Birkin bags, and that expectation is seeping into Toronto culture.
Yeah.
And some of these guys are just not that, and some of the girls are also just not that too. So I think people should date who they want to date. Like, if you want the high earner man, do that instead of going after someone who doesn't fit that and then being upset that they can't fit your expectations. Or if you don't care for someone who earns a lot and you care more about personality and all that other stuff, then do that. And then don't set the expectation of like, well, now you got to make all this money. I just think people hear what they want to hear based on their triggers and based on their own experiences. And that's just it. I think there's a lot of compromise that needs to come with relationships as well, though. Not just with financials, but with everything else. Like, it's two people coming together. And yes, you want to be as similar as possible, but sometimes that's just not it. So how do you make it work for what you want? And then also, too, if you're a high-earning woman, I think naturally people around you will be able to level up because of how you're moving and how your lifestyle is. Like if you're the richest person in your group for like the duration of your friendships, I don't know, I'm kind of like don't you want to like inspire other people to kind of level up, whether that's financially or however that looks?
Listen, the more subscribers we have, the better the guests get. So please hit subscribe. Let's get back into the show.
Right? Like, I think most people would want their entire friend group to be successful. So I think naturally, like, being successful financially and in other ways should inspire your partner to want to catch up.
Well said.
That was that was a great rational answer.
Yeah.
You know, lack of like the straight facts.
What do you think, Owen?
Based on what I heard, I agree. I think we've misconstrued what really a relationship is all about. We've now really made it all about finances and everything, which it should be, right? Because finances are a big part of it. But
yeah,
I think we're missing on the true essence of why we relate to each other is because we're looking for companionship.
right.
And if you have someone you're compatible with, who's a great companion, who offers you everything, I'm just gonna overlook him because it goes to what's that, Ebony Williams? Oh, he's a truck driver, and he
Not
might
an
be
owner.
making not an owner,
Yeah.
but he's making $180,000 a year driving trucks, or he's a plumber and they make racks, or he's a trades guy. Just let's say a general blue collar worker. You look over him because he is too rugged to go to that black tie event at the art gala that you guys are gonna go to, right? Or he can't talk art and etc. So you're putting these little moments that you don't know when you'll be at, but you are thinking at that time already, or you're going to like the club, like the you know, whatever club you're part of, and you're thinking, how is he going to be in these moments? But how about you're at home with this guy every single day, and what does he offer you?
Yeah.
Does he listen? Does he care? Everything you said. So we're throwing that all away for this idea that hasn't even manifested itself in true reality, but you're asking how will they fit in these situations, you know? And it's pretty unfair.
Expectations, like we mentioned at the beginning. Again, if you want that high earning man, look for that.
And the reality is that the higher you go, the less there is. You know, that's the reality. I do think, though, we do need to encourage our men to be entrepreneurs. I do think we do need to encourage our men more to be entrepreneurs and make more money. I do think there is an element of that can be touched on. I think with women making so much more money right now, I think the concept of dating down is that if a man makes less, that they're dating down, which I think it makes sense in some regards, but in a lot of times it's putting their eggs all in one basket when it comes to what serves them. Yeah. You know, so I think that is a real big point. There's so much focus on money instead of the other elements of the relationship. Yeah. As well, when in Tyler Perry's speech, he talks about the light bill. And I think a lot of people got hooked on that light bill statement. Yeah, and definitely. All he was saying is being able to contribute, like you said, not the light bill, because in the grand scheme of things, the light bill is like $100.
Yeah, $80
max.
Yeah.
Right. So if a guy can afford $100, then there's bigger things he needs to worry about. I don't think he was talking about the guy that can't afford $100 to contribute. He's talking about more. And if the girl has a label that's that much more expensive, then there's a real disparity. But the chances of that is in the everyday situation is not the case.
Yeah. And like also providing, people always automatically think providing is financial. But I think maybe because I do tap into a lot of relationship content, and a lot of the times I'm just like, child, this is so weird. But what I'm hearing, I'm hearing the kids are talking, and I'm hearing that it's not just the lack of financials, it's also lack of maybe like gentlemanness or protectiveness. So if you combine all of that together, then maybe misunderstanding Tyler's statement makes sense. It's like, if you're not going to be a protector and all these things make me feel safe, and you're also only paying the light bill, if they want to use that example, then maybe for them, it's like, no, I don't want to settle. But again, I feel like there's different aspects, and I think they're just clumping everything into one. But yeah, I just feel like, and that's why getting to know the person that you want to date is important as well. Because just something you said, it's like, if let's say you have the goal of being a homeowner and that person doesn't, you could take the chance to see if they'll change their mind. Or if you're set on being a homeowner, you can decide, you know what, I don't want to spend my time with this person. I'm going to find someone who also wants to be a homeowner. So I really think it's important that we take the time to get to know people a little bit more, so that we can be a little bit more aligned in the journey.
Yeah, I agree. You know, one thing we never talk about are the guys that are attaching their self-worth to their ambition. So when they're not meeting their self-worth with their ambition, they're horrible partners. And the woman is seeing a drop in that guy's quality as a partner because he's not matching his ambition. So when Tyler Perry's making that statement, they're thinking, oh man, I'm gonna have to be with a guy who has high self-worth and high ambition, but as soon as that ambition gets dropped, their self-worth drops too, and they're dealing with a guy with low self-worth. And that is a challenge as a woman, you know?